Gentlemen, we're filming this one. I'm going to be working right here behind you at Station 1. If you notice, they've all been numbered and labeled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I can't see a number. Oh, there you go.
2.
Gotcha.
2. Yeah, number 2. These are, I was actually debating this last weekend. I was going to set up some funky different light things in here. But then I thought, no. I want you to start getting familiar with the enlarger station and the timer and, you know, how we work in these different little stations. All you're going to have to do when you're not chatting still is put down a piece of photographic paper here. You're going to put things over the paper, between the paper and the enlarger. That doesn't mean like put stuff right on it. It means you can put stuff way up here if you want to too. And then you hit the timer. There's a little rectangular button at the bottom of the timer. All you have to do is tap it and look at light. Magically, the light comes on. And then magically, it's going to turn off and beep. How's that nice? Okay.
Microwave.
That's all you got to do, pretty much. That's all you got to do is hit it, turn it on. Don't change the time. Don't change the enlarger in any way. It's all going to be set up for you in advance. It's going to be so easy. And when you do this, you're going to have your photo paper in your envelope. When I'm doing it for demonstrations and working on stuff, I keep my paper in a paper safe over here. But one thing I didn't talk about in the classroom yet is that photographic paper has two sides. One side's just blank, the other one has an emulsion. That has the photosensitive chemicals in it. If you notice, the side that has no emulsion is just kind of blank. This one, can you see that shine?
No.
No? Can you see the shine? Okay, you really gotta, if you can't see it, you gotta like wiggle it enough till you can see it. Because if you don't have that emulsion side facing the light, none of this is gonna work. Okay, and every year I get somebody, I made 8, Mr. Hayes, and they come out all white. Well, that's because they got the wrong side facing the light. So all you have to do is flop it onto the base here. I'm going to randomly put a few, I brought this camera lens in here, and here's another jello thingies. Okay? So now I'm doing this fast, right? Hit the light.
Light.
Let me put some tape on here later so you guys can see where things are. Okay, now we're going down to the developing tanks. Let's go. Do 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 do. Do do do. Keep going. Keep going here. Should be in here. Okay, so here's the tongs. You go down here to the very first tray, which is called what?
Developer.
Yeah, developer. And all you got to do is take your paper, huh?
Do you put it face down or face up?
Oh, you know what? Some people have a preference. I always put mine down, face down. Small paper like this doesn't matter much. But what does matter is that you make sure you get it like submerged right away. Now keep an eye on it.
Whoa!
It's gonna start changing right away. And what you're looking for, well, yeah, you don't want to get that close. What you're looking for are the black areas. The paper has this black, this rich black that you just cannot duplicate it.
No.
Okay, so I've been in there long enough. When this stuff is new, it goes a little faster. When it gets old, it goes slower. That's why I say 1 to 2 minutes. It just depends. Oops, I dropped it. Okay. Here we go. Next step, stop bath, 1 to 2 minutes. And don't forget, those of you that are chatting down there still, I'm speeding this up, artificial time. And some of you are probably at this point going like, well, there's nothing there, I can't see them. Well, it's pretty hard to actually see what you have in here.
Because it's dark.
Yeah, so you gotta, be patient. Wait till you get to the classroom.
I feel like night vision goes.
You know, right?
Yeah. I wonder how that would work in here. Okay, the next step is fixer. And if you weren't using pretend time, you'd be in here about 5 minutes. And when you read chapter 1, and they talk about some of the early photographs, they had, sequentially, they had these things figured out, the developer, then the stop bath, but they would, but they would disappear until they figured out how to,
Make it stay.
use the fixer. Okay, moving down, hypo wash. If I had one of my former students come in here from a few years ago, they'd say, "What are you doing here, Hayes? How come you're using hypo wash? We use that in film." Well, in my research to figure out how can we save water and be more efficient with it, I read about hypo wash in film. You know, I took it for granted earlier. Well, the directions and the philosophy behind it are that it helps to rinse the chemicals off the plastic base that is part of film, and that you don't really need it in an earthen. But then I thought, wait a minute, this stuff is really, I call it paper, but it's kind of a plasticized paper.
Is there paper in it?
Yeah, there's a little bit, and there are photographic papers that are all legitimately really paper. But this stuff is kind of part plastic, so I thought, why don't we use it in here too? You know, be more efficient. And I think it's been working. Our prints come out nice. So 5 to 10 minutes for real in the fixer, 5 to 10 for real in the hypo wash, at least 10 minutes. At least 10 minutes in here in the rinse tank. At that point, you can touch it. A lot of kids think, I put it back in my plastic envelope. No, you don't. Okay, once it's been exposed and developed, it's light safe. Okay, now I'm going to go around the corner here. Here is the plexiglass I was talking about. Here is the squeegee. I kind of hold it on the edge here and just gently draw off some of the water. Gently. You can even just like kind of do that. You don't want drops of water like beating up on here because they will show. At that point, we're ready to go back into the classroom. Okay. You carry it into the classroom. You're going to put it in the dryer. Just follow him.